Hello Professor, this is Otoniel Miramontes in your Anatomy 33981 class. We'll start with the eye. So the outside part of the white part of the eye is the sclera. The clear part of the eyeball is the cornea. Let's go inside. This dark surrounding it of the cornea is the iris. The middle, the gap is the pupil. Lens is this, the clear fluid that I think evaporated, but there's still some right on the lens. That's the vitreous humor. The retina also disappeared on me, but there's still a part of it. You can see a little bit of the white. That is what was the retina. The choroid, which is the black surrounding it, and this blue color that you see right there, which is still part of the choroid, is called the tapetum lucidum. The optic nerve actually disappeared on me as well, but you can see a little bit of a remaining of where it was stemming from. And that is the eye. Move on to the heart. So for the heart, we have the anterior and posterior interventricular sulci. The anterior right here, you can see it fairly. Posterior, fairly. We have the apex, which is the bottom part of the heart. The pulmonary trunk, which is this part right here. Ligamentum arteriosum, which connects to the aorta. We have the pulmonary veins, and the superior and inferior vena cava. The superior right here, superior vena cava. Inferior vena cava is this gap right here. Also disappeared on me, the rest of it. We have the right and left atrius, which, if we open it up, this is the right and left, but if we turn it over, left and right. So we have the left atria, the left bicuspid valve, or also called the mitral valve, the chordae tendineae, and the papillary muscles. For the right, same thing as well, just the right atrium, right tricuspid valve, chordae tendineae, papillary muscles. That'll be it for that one, for the heart. Move on to the brain. So we have the brain. Let's start with the dura mater, which is this clear membrane that you can see surrounding the majority of the brain. You can also see a little bit of it if I open it in half. But that is the dura mater. We have the right and left cerebral hemispheres. So if I have it this way, left, right. The longitudinal cerebral fissure, which is this long line, and the transverse cerebral fissure, which is what separates the cerebrum and the cerebellum. Cerebrum being all this, cerebellum being this little guy right here. Okay, we have the olfactory lobes. These two guys right here, the olfactory lobes. We have the optic chiasma, which is this gap, which is this combined right here, and what separates from them is the optic nerves. So we can see part of the optic nerves right here that extend from the optic chiasma. Alright, next we have the mammillary body, which is this guy right here, mammillary body. And then we have from the brainstem, we have the medulla pons, sorry. We have the pons and the medulla oblongata. Next is the inside of the brain. So the inside, we have the pineal gland, which is this little guy right here. We have the superior colliculi, which is this right here, and the inferior colliculi right below. Superior, inferior. We have the corpus callosum, which is this white right here. Corpus callosum. We have the thalamus, which is right here. Thalamus. the lateral ventricle, which is this gap right here right below the corpus callosum, and the fourth ventricle, which is this gap right here on the cerebellum. Next we have the arbor vitae, which is this tree-like bite of the cerebellum, and that completes the brain. Now we have the kidney. On the outside of the kidney we can see the combined of this extension is the ureter, also part of the veins that extend outside of the kidney. We look inside. This clearer, I would say, outer form of the kidney is called the cortex. The darker versions, more inside, are the medullus, the pelvis, and the hilum is the combination of the part of the pelvis and the outside.